Hi, hello. My name is Muhammad Rehan, and this is introduction part, and I will explain to you what is unemployment. So, in other words, unemployment can be characterized as a case whereby work people are able actively seeking for employment, but do not find any employment. Okay, this is summary of my chosen article, which is exploring the relationship between unemployment and macroeconomic in Malaysia. So this article examines Malaysia's ongoing employment problem and how it relates to important macroeconomic variables such as populations, inflation rate, economic growth, and foreign direct investment. And because it's social stability and it affects residents' quality of life and the state of the government as a whole. And as we know, unemployment is still a serious problem. So by examining data spanning for 34 years between 1987 to 2021, the study aims to determine the impact of various macroeconomic factors on Malaysia unemployment rate. So that what it is about this article, the summary of this article. Okay, this is a part which is critics and suggestion for improvement. We start from critics, and what I researched from it. And the critic is, although this article offer of examination of macroeconomic statistics, it leaves some important part, which is aspect that affect youth unemployment, such as how well Malaysian education system meet labor market expectation. Awareness the structural causes of unemployment requires an awareness the skill mismatch that frequently contribute to youth unemployment, in addition to economic changes. And furthermore, the article make the assumption that FDI and lower unemployment are linearly related, ignore subtleties found in studies like Wasam, Ali Hassan and Muhammad, who point that FDI may not always result in the creation of local jobs. So that's a little bit of critics that I get, and a suggestion for improvement is the author can include a new data 2022 to 2020, maybe now 2024, because from that we can see the long-term effect of, as we know, COVID-19 and unemployment in Malaysia after the pandemic. We can see the recovery, we can see the pattern, rate of inflation fluctuation, and in addition, the author can put a variable required such as age, sex, gender, education, and others, so that we can see the article more interesting and more. Yes, and the author can maybe make a comparative analysis within Southeast Asian countries that may lead to relevant political modification that are necessary for Malaysia. And it also discuss about, for instance, such a problem in Malaysian labour market that relate to skill mismatch and difference in regional job availability. So that's for my article.
Hi, so for me, I have chosen an article, the relationship between employability skill and job mismatch towards graduates unemployment. Unemployment is several problem in developing countries, and Malaysia is one of the countries that faces this issue of graduates unemployment. Due to the data, unemployment rate increased to 718,100 at 2020. Poor communication, problem solving, and interpersonal are the main reason why unemployment rises. The article focuses on graduates unemployment, employable skill, and job mismatch among the graduates from UiTM's Faculty Business Management. These findings indicate that graduates have to develop critical skills such as interpersonal and communication skills to be able to work. For critique, the strength of this article is well organized. The introduction was highlight the issue, graduate unemployment, and the significance of employability skill. It used headings and subheadings effectively to ensure the arguments is clear and easy to follow. The study thoroughly examines factors contributing to graduates' unemployment that situates its findings. The topic is highly relevant to Malaysia, addressing graduate unemployment and emphasizing employability skills. The findings are valuable for policymakers, educators, and employers involved in education and workforce development. The arguments are well supported by empirical data and reference from the previous study. So, the weaknesses of this article, the writer maybe are focused on graduate unemployment to individual responsibilities, but they're not overlooking on systemic factors like labor market demand, economic condition, and the role of educational institution. The article also highlight the employability skills, but lack of detailed discussion about specific skills employers seek. It also overlooks the role of internship and work experience programs in bridging the gap between education and employment. The authors assume that enhancing employability skills will reduce graduate unemployment, but may overlook other factors like economic fluctuations. The article focuses mainly for graduate perspectives, potentially neglecting employers' view on desired skill and hiring challenges. A balanced approach for both perspectives will offer a more comprehensive understanding. These suggestions for improvement, the authors could strengthen their arguments by incorporating more quantitative data, such as including a case study from graduates who successfully entered the job market. Next, incorporating employers' perspective through interview could provide insight into the skill they prioritize and their views on graduate readiness. The article could be enhanced by providing actionable recommendations for educational institutions such as updating curricula to include practical skills. Last but not least, the article could be improved by adding visual aids like chart to make data, graduate unemployment, and employability skills more engaging. Additionally, using a structured format such as a bullet point or numbered list would enhance the clarity and flow the arguments.
The topic of my article is economic growth and youth and employment in Malaysia. I will give a short summary of my article. The interaction between youth unemployment and economic growth in Malaysia is significantly affected by key macroeconomy variables such as foreign direct investment, inflation, interest rates, and population growth. Widespread unemployment, especially during a financial crisis such as 1997 and 2008, leads to underutilization of labor resources and low economic productivity. Population growth and inflation increase unemployment, necessitating a substantial employment strategy. However, foreign direct investment is important. This is because it can reduce unemployment and creating jobs. This challenge needs to the public and private sector to work together to create jobs, combat inflation, and increase foreign direct investment inflows through complementary policies. This will help reduce unemployment and achieve higher, sustainable economic growth. That is the critique strengths for my article. First one is clarity. The article is clear in objective to examine the relationship between youth unemployment and economic growth in Malaysia over 3 decades. It used established economic models such as Kuhn Law and the Philip Herbst, providing a solid theoretical foundation. The second one is relevance. The topic is highly relevant to Malaysia and other countries facing challenges with youth unemployment by analyzing the macroeconomic variables such as inflation, wages, and foreign direct investment. The article connects unemployment to broader economic factors. And the next one is finding highlight statistical realities. Acknowledges that while there is a positive association between the youth unemployment and then economic growth, it is statistically insignificant. This transparency ensures no overstatement of result. And then the last one is longitudinal analysis. By examining trends over 3 decades, the article captures long-term dynamics, making the analysis more comprehensive. Time for the critique weakness part. First one is a lack of depth. The study focused primarily on macroeconomic variables while neglecting structural factors such as education gaps, skills mismatches, and then inefficiencies in labor market, which are vital to understanding the causes of young employment. It does not address the sector-specific or demographic difference, which could provide a richer insights. Then the second one is limited supporting evidence. The use of economic models is not complemented by detailed data analysis or real-world examples, then weakening the strength of its argument. The third one is bias. The article may be biased towards viewing macroeconomic variables such as foreign direct investment, inflation, and wages as the main causes of youth employment and may ignore other important factors such as educational quality, skills mismatch, and the labor market inefficiencies. This bias narrows the focus and limits the scope of the analysis. And the fourth one is assumption. It assumes that macroeconomy variables like FDIs, that is foreign direct investment, and inflation are sufficient to explain the youth unemployment, ignoring other critical factors like the social dynamics, educational system, and the labor market trends. Suggestion improvement. This is the solution to youth unemployment. To have a job matching is important because the government need to focus on job matching between youth and available employment opportunities, and then have a work environment like creating a welcoming and inclusive work environment can help address unemployment. The second is entrepreneurship. The introduction of modern markets and a focus on entrepreneurship can reduce unemployment by encouraging self-employment. Then the third one is language skills. Most of the private firms prefer graduates fluent in English as it is believed to increase productivity. And that is labor market challenges. Malaysia labor market face challenges due to changing global economic conditions and digital advancement. Then the last one is skill development. It is important for the young people to be equipped with a relevant skill to remain competitive in the evolving workplace. And then this requires a policy from both the governments and educational institutions to ensure skill development.
The issue of graduate unemployment in Malaysia post-COVID-19. This is the article that I have chosen to do research with. These are the summaries. Key argument. There are 3 points in the key arguments section. The first one, skill mismatch. 2, curriculum issue. 3, economic factors. For the proposed solution, the first will be higher education reform. Second, government policy. Third, lifelong learning. For the key arguments, the first point is talking about a significant gap exists between the skill and knowledge taught in the universities and the actual demands of the job market. For the second, the emphasis on theoretical knowledge over practical skill and critical thinking hinder graduate employability. For the third, economic downturn, globalization, and automation contribute to job losses and reduce hiring opportunities. For the proposed solution, the first point talking about revamp the university curriculum to focus on practical skill, critical thinking, and industry-relevant knowledge. For the second, it is to promote the entrepreneurship and innovation through supportive policies and initiatives. The third, lifelong learning are the investment for the graduate so that they have the skill needed for the rapidly changing job market. For critique section, we have strength of the article. These are the strength of the article consists of clear methodology, clear data presentation, and relevant discussion of gig economy and government initiative. The author clearly present its article first, clear methodology of its research by present it in a way that it have explicit research question. For the second, the author also include participant selection, data collection, and data analysis to make it a clear data presentation of its article. For the last one, the author also discuss about the government initiative, online learning platform, and potential of gig economy to help the unemployed graduate. This making it a relevant discussion of gig economy and government initiative from the author. For the weakness, the first one, limited sample size impacting generability. This is because the author using only sample size of only 10 interviewees. This small sample size may not accurately represent the diverse experience and perspective of all a Malaysian graduate. The author should generalize larger population drawn from various universities and socio-economic background to enhance the study credibility and generability. For the second point, superficial analysis of factors influencing graduate reluctance towards the gig economy. While the author does acknowledge the potential of gig economy, he does not delve deeply into the factors that influence graduate reluctance to embrace it, such as perceived job security, lack of awareness and skill, and social stigma. Lastly, lack of in-depth discussion of proactive personality trait. The author does mention the importance of proactive personality trait, but it does not provide a detailed analysis how this trait can be developed or measured, such as definition and measurement of the personality, the development of proactive trait, the relationship between proactivity and gig economy success. If the author does include and improve this section, this point of the weakness, the author will have a much more enhanced credibility towards its research. For this section, we will talk about suggestions for improvement. The first point will be expand the sample size. The author should increase the sample size by including graduates from diverse universities and background. The author also can consider international comparison for a broader perspective. The second point will be deepen the analysis of gig economy. By explore specific gig economy platform and their skill requirement, this can directly identify barriers hindering graduate access to the platform. Authors should also present case study of successful gig economy graduates so that unemployed graduate can have a sense that this gig economy are working. The third, incorporate multiple perspectives by interview employers, policymakers, and gig economy platform providers. This can provide a perspective for the unemployed graduate so that they can have a specific and skill to match the demands of the market. The last point will be the elaborate on proactive personality traits. Provide a detailed definition and explanation, discuss strategies for developing these traits in educational institutions. Overall, this point can improve the credibility of this article if author does include this point and improve it. That's it. Thank you.